Hello, hello. It is Sarah Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for this special little impromptu video that was requested from one of my viewers. And I figured I would just do a video instead of just answering the question because I thought maybe other people have this question. What are some tools and methods that we can use to thrive in 2024? So a lot of this comes from my own experience. A lot of this comes from my own study of astrology, Reiki, coaching, just spiritual work in general, and what just feels good for me. So obviously take these tools and make them your own, however it works for you, because I know not everyone is comfortable with everything, obviously. And so you kind of have to like experiment around and fuck around and find out to see what works for you spiritually. So 2024 has the potential to be extremely confusing. And so keeping yourself grounded, stable, even killed may not 100% be effective, but there are things you can do. And a lot of this stuff I discovered in 2023, how effective some of the stuff is if you actually put it into practice and use it, right? Like I did coaching for years with a one-to-one coach, and I'd go to the sessions, but I'd come out of the session and be like, whatever, it happened, let me go about my life, right? And this year was the year that I actually really hardcore put everything into practice and did the things. And so yeah. So okay, so if it has the potential to be confusing, what can we do to bring clarity to our mind and our emotional well-being? So I wrote down some essential oils that I use for clarity, to get focused, to kind of lessen the brain fog. Again, this is not always effective because there's going to be days when you're like, no matter what I do, I'm still feeling foggy. And sometimes that just is, right? It could be astrological, it could be your menstrual cycle. If you're a woman, it could be just whatever emotional stuff you're going through. And so maybe I should put a caveat disclaimer on this video, a couple of them actually. One disclaimer is I'm not a medical professional. I'm an astrologer. I'm a leadership coach who just happens to have a lot of experience, but I am by no means a medical professional or a psychotherapist. So don't take me as that. Don't use this stuff and say, well, this astrologer said we should do blah, blah, blah. If you actually need psychotherapy to get through whatever you're going through, do it, right? If you actually need medical intervention, do it. So no judgment here. I would rather you do it than blame me for something going on. Anyway, that's kind of awkward to say, but and then the other caveat is you no matter what tools you use, methods you use, you still have to confront your shadow. You still have to confront your inner darkness, your inner wounds, and all of that. So if you are in scarcity, if you aren't feeling abundant, or money is easy, or that you are, money is a current, an energy current, right? And you can flow it in and flow it out. If you don't feel that way at your core, that's like shadow work that you have to face, that you have to work through, right? If you don't feel joyful, then, and you're always feeling in sadness or, winter blues, seasonal affective disorder, whatever it is, like you have to work through that, right? You won't just feel, you may, I'm not saying you won't, but I'm saying like these things are more effective if you are being supported by a practitioner who can actually support you through healing your wounds, whatever those are for you. So, okay. So clarity of mind, you're going to want to use something, you're going to use tongue-tied. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. One of my favorites to use for mental clarity focus is Copaiba, Copaiba, Copaiba. You can get this in an oil form. You can get it in a soft gel form. I get my oils from doTERRA. You can get yours wherever you want, but I do recommend that you get high quality oils. Even if you have to spend a little extra money, do it. Okay, totally worth it. I've used different kinds of oils. Even my mom can tell the difference between oils that I used to buy before I did doTERRA and oils that I buy now through doTERRA. And I'm certainly not saying that doTERRA is the end all be all, because I highly doubt that it is. It just happens to be convenient for me. But there are probably higher quality oils out there. I just don't know where, who, what. I stopped at doTERRA. Copaiba, Vetiver, V as in Victor, Vetiver, Vetiver is a woody oil. Arborvitae is one of my favorites. Abervitae, Arborvitae. Very good high quality oil for grounding. Grounding oils like Vetiver or any of the woodsy oils I put on my feet, because your feet root you into the earth. And so kind of, it'll help, keep you connected to the earth, and stabilized and all of those things, grounded, all of those things. Okay. For refreshing things, you want something like mints, peppermint, spearmint, island mint. There's all kinds of minty oils out there. Highly recommend them. You can combine those with citrus, and citrus boosts the mood and purifies. So you can do like a, peppermint with orange, or something like that. Or you could do, island mint with, I don't know, papaya, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of island mint. I happen to have it, but I haven't used it. But you can use different mints with different citruses or fruity oils to, just refresh and liven things up. Think spring. And then, of course, just use oils that make you feel good, like floral oils, geranium, magnolia, things like that make you feel good. Sorry, my nose just decided to start running, of course. Things like that. And then for abundance, you want to use frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense is also great for transformation. Myrrh is associated with, abundance. I forgot the word. Frankincense. There we go. I have a roller. I have more rollers than anything because I love them. They're easy for me to use. They also already have fractionated coconut oil in them, so I'm not getting the direct oil, and I have sensitive skin. So if you're using something like citruses, eucalyptus, mints, you do not want to put those directly on your skin. It will irritate your skin. So you want to use fractionated coconut oil, or get somebody to make them for you. That's what my mom does. She gets me to make them for her so that she doesn't have to do it. But so those are some oils that you can use for this year to, Copaiba is one of my favorites. I started using it during, I think a Gemini season, or maybe have even been Mars retrograde in Gemini, when my brain was particularly foggy, and all of that. And Copaiba really helped me focus and get work done. And so that's one of my favorites. Arborvitae, I use it on my feet. Oh, I might have that one also in my pocket. I put them in my pocket so they wouldn't roll away. Okay. That's why they're in my pocket. Arborvitae, this is a good one. I love this one. It's a woodsy scent. But I use this one. So good. I use this one on my feet. You can also use sandalwood, cedarwood. Cedarwood's a good one, but cedarwood is almost a lesser quality, but it is effective, right? It's not like it's a bad oil. I use cedarwood with other oils for like my sleep blend or whatever, which is cedarwood, lemon, ylang ylang, lavender, and something else. I don't know. I mix a few different ones, but that's what I put on my feet to unwind at the end of the day. That was the other one I was going to mention. Ylang ylang, which is YLANG, and then it's that word twice. So ylang ylang, bergamot, those are great for abundance. They're also kind of citrusy. I think they're more from the plant, not the actual fruit. So I'm not sure what plants they're from, but bergamot, think about it, tea, Earl Grey hot. Okay. That's where we all know bergamot from, is Earl Grey tea. So you can even you don't necessarily have to like get the oils, but like, you know, if you want to use like basil, oregano, clove, those sorts of things in your food, just get like the whole or the fresh herb or the whole spice and grate it yourself, like nutmeg. Although I don't know if I've ever seen nutmeg oil, but if you use nutmeg in cooking, like you want to get the whole nutmeg and then grate it yourself, and it actually is more fragrant and tastes fresher in your baking. But same thing with like cloves. You can get whole cloves. And then grind them up yourself. Cinnamon, grind it up yourself. Cinnamon, grinding it up yourself is honestly the biggest pain in the ass that I thought was going to be so cool to grind my own cinnamon sticks. No, it's not. It's not. There's also tricks you can do with cinnamon in your home to bring in more money. So anyway, so that's oils, fragrances, herbs, those sorts of things. Okay, so crystals. I don't use crystals a lot. I have a lot, but I don't use them a lot. There's nothing wrong with them. Do what you do. I'm not here to say yay or nay, but you want to match the chakras of what you are wanting to. So, but green aventurine is one that you can use a lot because it's not only the color of money, but it represents a heart chakra. And anything you can do with rose quartz, greens, green jade, to balance out your heart, because your heart connects your upper 3 chakras with your lower 3 chakras, and money is rooted in your root chakra, which is red. So red jasper, garnets, and then I also have, where did it go? Here it is. This one's called hematite. I love it. It's pretty. It's also a moon. So hematite, so red represents, this one happens to be hema, which is blood. So hematite supports blood flow and whatnot. And again, when you're wanting to manifest abundance and bring in money, you do have to do some practices around your mindset from a scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. And even like money journaling, write letters to money, write fuck you letters to money, write thank you money letters, or how much you love money, and all of that. But honestly, you can write a love letter to money, but if you haven't done the shadow work around scarcity, it won't be authentic, and the universe knows that. So yeah, but practice it, because the more you practice saying, I love you money, thank you money, I'm grateful for you money, the more you practice that, saying it, writing it, the more it starts to resonate and shift you from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Okay. So practice. A lot of this stuff is just practice, like literally taking it on as regular practices. Okay. Cleansing, purification, calming sort of things. Of course, I have a tiger's eye because tiger's eyes are just freaking cool. Those are also protection stone. So you can carry this one even in like your purse or your pocket, to, you know, just protect your energy. And then of course, I believe this one's called citrine. I always mix this one up with one other one, but this one's a wand. You can get this in any shape, of course. I just happen to have a wand. You can even use this one in place of a sage smudge, in order to like cleanse your home. I use this one sometimes to cleanse my tarot cards. Just set it on top of my tarot cards. There are plenty of, I use different ways of cleansing my tarot cards, but this is one of them. And then I also have this roller crystal. I think this is a blue lapis. I use this one on my head when I have a headache. Put my deep blue on my head and then roll it. Okay, this is a roller. Okay, so if you go to a crystal store and you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. First of all, if you're a blind person, go to a crystal store. It's kind of like going to a hardware store. There's lots of things to touch. Okay, and touching crystals is part of the fun. Like I always like the hematite. Like I knew I wanted this one as soon as I touched it. I had just started doing the moon astrology tarot, or it was right before I started doing the moon astrology tarot, and I knew I wanted the moon. So you get to feel it. It's got all kinds of feel about it. It's really pretty. But when you touch the stones, you get a feel for them and you'll know, like, I have to have this one, right? It doesn't matter what shape of stone you get, whatever resonates with you. Some people get the pyramid shaped stones. Some people get, I always get like the more earthy looking ones. Kind of wish I had put a smoky quartz up here because I have one that's very earthy feeling. But the more like weird they feel to me, the cooler they are, because that's just how I roll. Okay, so did oils, did crystals. Okay, so she's Solfeggio frequencies. This is sound healing. So Solfeggio, Solfeggio frequencies. These are sound frequencies, Hertz, Hertz, abbreviated HZ, where you can go find sound of these frequencies, and different numbers represent different types of healing methodology or healing vibration. There we go. Healing frequencies for the chakras. So of course, if you're looking to heal or balance or unblock your root chakra, you would want to look for root chakra Solfeggio frequency, right? If you want to heal your heart chakra, 432. Anything higher than that is going to work on your throat, your third eye, or your crown. The idea is that we have 7 centers, energy centers in our body, from our crown, our third eye, our throat, our heart, solar plexus, sacral to root. And we want to balance them out and unblock them so that we have an even flow. You've heard of the gut-brain connection. Okay, that came from somewhere. But we want to have an even flow of energy through these chakras. Okay, so if any one of them is balanced, like maybe your root chakra is fine, but your solar plexus is all clogged up and you have digestive issues, then you might have a solar blockage in your personal authority or your ability to make decisions for yourself or trust yourself or whatever. Okay. So Solfeggio frequencies, you can look the scale up on the internet, and then Feng Shui. Feng Shui is energy, like how your house is set up, decorated, furniture placement, all those sorts of things. I'm kind of just starting to delve into that only because I just got a new place. And so I've been wanting to get into how to set up my place so that it promotes the good flow of energy. So I've been kind of working on it. And it's kind of one of the reasons that this setup faces the wall. You guys face the wall versus me facing the wall. So behind you is nothing, like it's open room. Because according to Feng Shui, if I were to be on camera facing the wall, I'd be talking into the wall and blocking my abundance. So just stuff I've been working on with regards to having a relationship and things like that, like keeping empty hangers and empty drawers and creating space for the boyfriend. Really wanting to call that in this year. But yeah, so you can look up Feng Shui. It's something that I don't know a lot about. I'm starting to learn. I mean, I've known about it for years, but didn't really, but what the hell, right? You got to try different things. Okay. Regular practices with, and of course there's always tarot and oracle and those sorts of things. There's nothing wrong with those, but if you're not familiar with them, it's okay to not use them. Oracle is more messenger cards. Tarot is the 78 card, major and minor arcana that I talk about in the daily astrology tarot. And then oracles are, any number of different messages and whatnot. Oh, color too. Color is another thing. So obviously if you're trying to bring in money, green, having lots of green, wearing green, those sorts of things. You can also wear color that represents your zodiac sign. So if you are a Libra, wearing pink. If you are a Scorpio, wear black or have black, that sort of thing. Virgo is brown. So brown things around, maybe dirt even. I don't know, but dirt is brown. If you are a Taurus, you may want green. If you're a Cancer, I think Cancer is gray. et cetera, et cetera. So there are different colors to represent your zodiac sign, but you can also have color that, you know, helps balance out your chakras. So any of the chakra colors, you know, particularly red, orange, and yellow, those are good for balancing your lower 3 chakras. Your yellow represents the solar plexus, your orange represents the sacral, red represents the root. So if you're trying to bring in some money, where, you know, bring in some red, red and green. What else was I going to say? Okay, regular practices, particularly daily practices, meditation and quiet time. Can't say enough about it. Okay, turn everything off, turn off your notifications, turn your TV off, turn off your, you know, be careful what you consume, you know, that's keeping things, you know, the thoughts loud in your head, right? Whether it's the news media, social media, your entertainment, things like that. But, you know, just be aware of what you're consuming, not just eating or drinking, but what you are consuming. And then journaling. I can't say enough about journaling. So I journal frequently, pretty much daily. But I also do a quarterly journaling session, group session with Hearts Unleashed. And we get together every quarter and do journaling. And I kind of love it because it's like one of those times where I'm on Zoom, but I don't have to be professional. And so I can have like the dumbest camera angle and wear sweats and pull my hair back. And anyway, I love journaling. So, but what I feel like is important about journaling, particularly in 2024, is because I talked about the confusion and the mind clutter and the confusion and the fog and the things that, you know, are coming up and out that you're like, what the actual fuck is this shit about? Journaling? Because you're gonna there may come a point where you don't know who you can trust or what you can trust. And you have to figure that out for yourself. You have to define that for yourself. And journaling is the best way to do that, because really this year, 2024, is all about knowing yourself, being solid with yourself, and pursuing your missions amid the absolute chaos in the world. I saw a meme a while ago that like the background of the meme was like fires and explosions and storms and all these things, and in the front of the meme is a guy sitting in like meditation. But that's the whole idea, is you want to be able to be at peace no matter what crazy shit is going on in the world or in, you know, anything or in the external world. You know, people think I got my shit together. I promise that I don't. But, you know, they're like, well, you know, you do those videos, you're so collected. Yes, that's because I'm on video. But I'm not that way always. I'm still a human. I still have emotional explosions. I still have emotional instabilities. Despite all of the work I've done, there are still times when the moon hits the right spot in the right place in the zodiac that pulls the trigger on me. So, you know, your self-awareness, getting aware of your wounds. Again, you can't do it. You can do these practices and use these tools, but they're more effective the more you face your shadow, the more you understand your own inner darkness. We all have it. It's okay. And also understand emotions work on a frequency scale, right? Emotions are on the similar frequency to the Solfeggio frequencies. Damn, I'm having a hard time with that word. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's the same, like it's on, I know they're on emotional frequencies or a Hertz scale. But I think the scale's different. So low emotions are things like anger, guilt, shame, those sorts of things. And as you come up, you've got things like contentment, joy, enlightenment, and all of that. But the thing is you can't have higher frequencies without the lower frequencies. You don't understand joy if you've never experienced sadness. You don't understand anticipation if you haven't had anxiety or anxiousness. You know, things like that. Same with like scarcity versus abundance, right? So, you know, we can all drop into scarcity mode, but it's how quickly you can recover back out of it, you know, lessening the gap between the low frequency and the high frequency emotions. So be aware of that. I'm not somebody who believes in toxic positivity and saying positive all the time. I think that's absolute bullshit. But then again, I'm an Aquarius Scorpio. I'm also not somebody who believes that you can be high vibe, high frequency 24/7. That's bullshit. You cannot, you'll never understand the whole, the experience of life if you're flying high all the time. It doesn't work that way. You have to have dark emotions. You have to experience emotion in order, like all levels of emotion, right? In order to fully embrace the emotional body, of which is part of your energetic body. So, okay. Hopefully that made some sense. Hopefully that cleared some things up, answered some questions. If it brought up some more questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I will respond. I will also link below my friend Abigail Gazda, who does regular meditations on her YouTube channel. So if you are not following her, go follow Abigail. Her and I have been friends. We've known each other for 7 years. She is amazing. We've kind of paralleled each other as we've journeyed through from coaching into spiritual work and things like that. And yeah, so she does regular meditations on her YouTube. And I also know that in 2024, she is launching a meditations podcast. So that's amazing. So I will link Abigail below. So you'll have her. And again, if you have any further questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer it or send you somewhere, resource you to somebody who can answer it. So thanks so much for tuning in. This is kind of fun to do. I haven't done one of these kind of videos in a long time. I've been so focused on, keeping up with the astrology stuff. But somebody asked for this, so I figured I'd put it out there. So, or if you know any other resources, any other tools or supports that, I missed because I'm not thorough, right? I love essential oils, I love crystals, but it's not what I do like on the regular, right? I know what works for me. I know what's worked for other people, but even when I go deal with clients, I have them, smell the oils and determine what works for them. So what works for me, works for them, may not work for you. Of course, sage smudge, Palo Santo, patchouli, incense, those sorts of things. But if you are not comfortable burning things, that's completely fine. They do make patchouli oil, which smells divine. Those sorts of things. But again, if you don't want to do saging, you can get one of these clearing crystals that'll clear the energy. And of course, like clear, what is it? Clear quartz that will also clear and cleanse. And so anyhow, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. This was kind of fun. And I'll talk to you on the next video. Bye.